Hello everyone, my name is Denise and today I'll be talking on the topic, the darkness within. Okay, so I've been doing so many things about love script and all that, evaluating stories and all that using TA, but I never actually really learned a lot about analytical psychology. Until lately, I decided to just watch some videos. It's just available on YouTube. Just might as well educate myself on Jungian psychology. So now I know a little bit more. Okay, so anyway, today's topic will be on the darkness within. So I'm a very proud woman and a very angry one at that. And I think it all comes from a very strong super ego. I think that's what they call it. A very strong sense of what is black and what is white, and that so probably arises from my upbringing. I'm a Christian, a Catholic, and quite a staunch one at that. So I have a strong sense of justice on what is right and what is wrong. And also maybe also in part due to narcissism. I am probably a narcissist. I only want to see the good side of me. I don't really want to look at the bad side of me. So humility, right? Remember, it's not about thinking less of yourself. That means thinking lowly of yourself. It's about having a good self-awareness, good self-understanding. So if I'm only willing to look at the good side of me and I ignore my bad and my shadow side, then obviously I'm missing half the picture. How can I be a humble person? I am then therefore a proud person. So for a long time, I think possibly from a child, I've learned how to situate darkness outside of me. Like now, sometimes I see my son watching his cartoons on television. It's often like a hero running against a thief, chasing him and putting him in prison, something like that. And you keep teaching that, right? Why? Because it's part of teaching them what's right and wrong. You need to know what is white and what is black, what is right and wrong, before you can even start to understand what is grey and all that. If your ego, super ego, is not strong enough, there's not a strong enough container to do any work. So what he's doing is great. It's great for a 5-year-old brain. As their brain is forming, as their prefrontal cortex is forming, fantastic for them to watch things like that, so that they can at least understand and have a basis of what is black and white. But according to Jung, around mid-age 35, which is incidentally my age, I just turned 35 2 months ago. So it is about time to learn to turn inwards and embrace the darkness within. So see, the Christian faith tends to want to situate darkness outside of us. Like see, God is the highest good, right? God is the highest good, and the Judeo-Christian faith believes that the devil, all the darkness seems to be projected onto one thing called the devil. It's that God is fighting against the devil, right? Even the Messiah, Jesus, has come to help us win the battle against the devil. So where's the darkness? All in the devil? Is it a good cop-out, like I did something wrong, I told a lie, oh, the devil made me do it? It's not me, I'm actually made in the image and likeness of God, so I can't be at fault, I'm pure, 100% pure. That's not true, because there's the doctrine of original sin, right? We're all fallen. So I am grateful for this doctrine of original sin, because it is the thing, the loophole, or rather not loophole, this gap, not a gap also I would say, this part, because it's not a loophole, not a gap, because it is built into the Catholic religion, right? Where I can shove Jung in nicely and still be congruent with my whole worldview of original sin. Because we are all fallen, we are sinful. That is why there's a shadow side of us. So, okay, instead of imagining, right, that there is, okay, the current doctrine, the current belief, right, is that there's a bunch of people with antisocial personality disorder. Their prefrontal cortex have 11% less grey matter than the rest of us, and as a result they have less self-regulation and they are capable of more malice, and if we lock them up in prison and throw away the key, society is safe. Okay, so you may not know it, but that is part of what you believe in. in order to protect my beautiful young children, protect my wife, my husband, my parents whom I love, I want all these dangerous people behind bars. Then what happens next? Are we living in utopia? No. You still get irritated by your mother-in-law, right? You still get irritated by your boss, your subordinates. So why? So what are you actually battling if all these dangerous people are behind bars? You're battling yourself, you're battling the darkness within. So I really like the Tai Chi sign. I printed it out to show you all. This sign, even within the darkest person, like the person that you have locked behind the bars, there's some white, and I would think this white would be the godly dignity, the fact that they are a creature of God and there's something good in them still. And within the white person, the saint, there is a very stark black darkness. And this is also possibly why a lot of saints, they constantly facing their sin in the greatest clarity and always feeling so ashamed of themselves. That could be because they are so white really, and their blackness seems so stark. So okay, a saint with a shadow, a sinner with a future, saintliness. I quite like that. Okay, I agree with you that today's video is a little ill-formed and the ideas are still not fully baked, but I suppose it will give you some material to think about. See, the truth is, it is so important to situate the darkness within. For a long time, I've been reading some quotes by the Catholic saints. I don't really understand what they're trying to say. They say things like, St Teresa of Calcutta, one of the saints I love, she says, "Oh, make it a habit not to say bad things about others. In fact, criticize only yourself. If you see anybody with a particular sin, then bring to mind your an occasion where you yourself was guilty of that sin." Well, that's brilliant, you know. What she's doing is like, the thing that you do not like in that person is actually a shadow, a reflection of the shadow of yourself. Why do you hate it so much? Probably it's a sin that you're battling against yourself, within yourself. That is why one of a very wise priest once told us that if you see a priest, right, constantly preaching condemnation against pornography, against sexual depravity, then maybe that's the sin he's struggling against. Because it's so shameful, he feels so guilty about it, he's actually projecting it onto his congregation. Something to think about. Okay, anyway, in this period before Christmas, we call it the Advent period, I think it's a good time to situate the shadow within us and to appreciate it. It's like, okay, I want to say, shadow is not only an amalgam of all the things that are dark that you dislike, it's also the part of you that is undiscovered, that is unformed. And it holds a lot of power. So if you can integrate that shadow side into you, you might find that you are actually so much more deadly and powerful as a tool for the kingdom of heaven. Like, you don't want to imagine the saints as like all little sheep that are pushovers. No, you know, St Teresa was a powerful woman. And those who know enneagram, she's a type 8 enneagram. She pushed across the thoughts and she knows how to use her power well. So yes, she's humble and she has godliness, but certainly she is a person who's aware of her own shadow side as well. So okay, anyway, that's where I want to progress towards. And also, I remember Jordan Peterson, my big idol, I love him. He really pushes forward the idea that the cure for PTSD, right, if you've been traumatized, is to learn that you're not a helpless sheep. There is a shadow within you, and that you can be deadly as well, and you can be a dangerous person, and that helps you to gain back a lot of the self-empowerment that you lost during that traumatic event. So that's what I'm working towards now, and I hope that all of you can pray for me. So okay, this is the end of the video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, kindly press subscribe, like and share with your friends. Thank you and God bless.